how long are the breaks in between the seasons?
That's a good question. Usually we aim for somewhere between 4 to 6 weeks. And within that time, our ideal is to, give people a little bit of something on their feed. So we'll sometimes just, our plan for the end of season 2 would be to give it a couple of weeks and then give people a couple of bonus episodes that might be slightly different in format, and then start up again probably after about 6 weeks.
Okay, you're starting to...
I feel like I blew your mind,
you're
Adam.
starting to answer another question that I kind of wanted to ask, and so I want more detail on it. And I was just going to ask you what you tell your listener when you take a break. Like earlier, you remember how you were saying, this is where you can find us in the meantime? Mm-hmm. And you just said, you might end and then give them a couple of bonuses. Let's just say that I'm a listener. I have my own podcast, and I'm thinking of improving my mental health or whatever. Yeah. How you were like, sometimes you just need a break. So let's just pretend that that's the listener right now. They want a break. They're thinking about doing a season. They know how long each season is. They know how long your breaks are, but they're just like, what do I say to them? What do I give them in the meantime? How do I make sure that I don't lose listeners?
Yeah, I think that's an important question, because you can't just be like, I'm kind of tired. I think we're just done for a couple of months. It has to be very intentional. And for me, what the important things are maintaining a connection with your community in that time, so that they're sort of anticipating, so that there's a little bit of like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till this comes out, kind of miss it. I'm excited for season 2. Like when we launched season 2, we got so much feedback from people going, oh my gosh, thank God you're back. Yay. And that's such a great feeling. But I think it's important to be very intentional and sort of flag it and plan it and let your listeners know if there's somewhere else to find you. Now, we built a website. And we also built out some social feeds, and we made sure to keep those kind of populated as we went. And then we let people know, look, we're cooking up something else, which we were when we ended season 1. We had this we're just at the end of a second audio series, I guess, that we had at the same time. Hence the need for breaks, Adam. We're wrecked. But, and then we also, kind of let people know, we're wrapping up season 1. Here's where you can find us. And this, I think, will dovetail a little bit into what we talk about next in terms of monetization, but let people know, if you want to hear more from us, we're also on Patreon, and you can get a little bit of extra on Patreon if you're really, jonesing for some more content here. And that kind of directs people that way. And also there are many things that I've learned, and we didn't use all of these between our first 2 seasons, but we might for the next. Like maybe we'll do a feed swap so that we can, get another voice in our feed and have someone over there. But I think be really clear when you're going to be back. Like we were very clear to people, we're going to be back at this point. So like, take your summer holidays. We're going to go to a podcast conference. We're going to meet Adam. We're going to do some stuff, and then we'll be back. And we planned to come back sort of mid-September, because I think mentally as well, we were like, that's when things come back, right? Like there's the summer break. I don't know. We're trying to be a little bit European about this whole thing.